morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Nix Marikuma, and I am the owner of Marikuma Healing. Now, what is that, right? Like, what is my business all about before we get into part two of Aquarius 2026 year reading? My business is all about helping people heal. We talk about trauma and abuse and toxic and nasty relationships with ourselves, with family, with friends, with partnerships. We talk about mental, emotional, and physical disabilities and mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual well being and health. We talk about expressing our emotions in a healthy way without bottling them up inside. We talk about embracing ourselves for our good, our bad, and ugly, and being able to connect with people who are really worth our time. I will talk also about witchcraft and things. We talk about chakras, energies, auras, and more. We are talking about protection magic and money magic and magic that you can use to cleanse a room or yourself when you're feeling kind of drained, grounding techniques, trauma responses, and much more. I do a lot of other videos. Like we'll have TED Talks, one of them for deep minds and conversations and things of that nature, conspiracy theories or other theories or in thoughts. Dark Minds and Butterflies is where you will find that, where I talk about any and all things that life has to offer. It's also designed for like you guys to join in on the TED Talks if you want. I haven't had anybody join in on YouTube yet. And granted, my YouTube is like only a year old, okay? So it's still in the baby stages. My business as a whole has been around for 2 years almost. We're going to celebrate our 2 year anniversary on January 8th of 2026. Okay. Again, I recently started Marikuma Healing. And so it's still growing and adapting and evolving and all that. For more of a TED talk about emotions and poetry and art and things of that nature, right? Because we have to express our feelings and ourself. That is all for Varar, which is short for vent and rhythm, rhythm and rhyme, which I will be getting back into. Another thing that I have that's not really a TED talk, I have Witchy Reads. Witchy Reads is not mine. Now, Varar and Dark Minds and Butterflies, those are mine. I'm the host of that. I created it. Okay. That shit I own. But Witchy Reads is not mine. Everybody has a different Richie Read somewhere in this platform, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, right? We read books that we have, and a lot of books that I have on hand is witch related. I have like two Greek mythology books and one like childhood fairy tale kind of thing. But a lot of it is to do with the craft, right? Different styles of it, psychic abilities, and what. And we are currently reading The Everyday Psychic by Karen Harrison, which you can also see on my live. I am doing Spanish and English videos. I've been breaking it because I've been trying to get these year readings out of the way. And then I'm going to be doing the translations for like the Spanish versions of the year readings as well. So it's going to be coming. But when the 2026 year readings are out of the way, we will be getting back onto progress. Okay. But I'm fucking doing these. Take a long ass time. Now, card readings, right? Because you guys probably see me go over there and be like, hi guys, my name's Next America, and today we're reading what the month of October has for you with cards. I don't have tarot cards. Hopefully next year I'll get some, but I don't have them on hand. They're not like easy access. So what do I do instead of tarot and oracle decks? I use playing cards. You can use playing cards to do card reading. Let nobody tell y'all that you can't, okay? Like, oh, it's not, it has to be done this way. No, it doesn't. The beautiful thing about witchcraft and spirituality is that it's diverse. You figure it out and you go with the ones that feel good to you. You don't have to be exactly like everybody else because it's not that way. It wasn't designed that way. Now, yeah, there's some things you got to stick with. Like the basics, obviously, are like, the structure, the foundation, but you build it the way you like. Anywho, other than card readings, I can read anything that you have questions about: love, finance, future, past, present, a person, yourself, any and all. Just ask away. Cards are meant to give you clarity and guidance. At the end of the day, you do as you will. You're in charge of your own fate. okay? I'm one of those people. Other than card readings, I read palms. I read your personality through your hands. Rad, right? As well as I offer counseling and advice to those who are seeking it. I am not a certified counselor, but I've counseled quite a few people. While my business has been running for almost 2 years. So if you're interested in that, the description will be like the information of what my business does and the cards and all of that will be in the description of this live, okay? Now, without further ado, let's get to part two of our Aquarius 2026 year reading. So, Aquarius, baby, if you guys haven't watched um part one, do so, because I explain what the cards are for each thing. And I was going to get into why 2025 has been the way that it has, but I didn't get to finish it, okay? Because my sister called me in. So I'm not blaming her, I'm just saying. So we're going to be talking about what 2025 has in store, right? Why has it been the way that it's been? So that way we can understand what we need to let go from this year so we can bring on something new 2026, and also what can we take from what we learned this year and bring it on for 2026, right? There's some things we got to let go and let last year be last year, and there's some tools and like experience that this year has brought us that we can bring on to the next year to strengthen that knowledge, right? All right. So 2025 has been about loss of opportunities, letting go of old things, making room for new stuff on the way by getting rid of old stuff that are not working anymore. So what's the cause? What was the cause of it? All right. Mental health. So moving on and getting into a better place mentally is why you had to let go of a lot of old things, okay? It's gonna help you. Handling your stress, baby. Carrying burdens, responsibility, and debt. So, because we're gonna get into like this one, there's some cards that I have in my playing card decks that go hand in hand. This one is all about your career, right? This is about like being stressed out and overwhelmed. Okay. You could be worrying about trying to keep everything together and trying to figure out how to do what. This is all about just doing too much. You are stretching yourself so far and so thin that you're not balancing your time, energy, and effort wisely. So instead of having it where you can control your stressors are controlling you. And for you to be able to move on and get into a better place mentally, you got to understand what are some things you need to work on, what things you need help with, what things can you do. You got to manage your time and effort and energy wisely, especially when it comes to stressors. Your outcome, baby, is all about wisdom, patience, and diplomacy. So, through experience, you're going to gain wisdom. All right? The past, for example, we are linear creatures. We live in past, present, future constantly. That's just the realm of reality we live in. We live in time and space. And time is measured by, for us, past, present, and future. 2 minutes ago was the past. Right here, right now is the present. 2 minutes from now will be the future. It's constantly going, right? A lot of people want to live in the past, avoid the present, and fear the future. You learn from your past. Your past is a teacher. They give you lessons. Believe and receive, you shall see those lessons again. All right? Hear me out. Let's say that some of y'all want to be strong, right? Some of y'all want to be strong mentally and emotionally, and physically and spiritually. Some of you guys want to be patient. Some of you guys want to be powerful. You're going to be put into situations that make you think. For you to be smart, you have to be in situations that make you think, that make you come up with new and creative ways to solve problems. If you want to be strong, you're going to be put into situations that make you weak, that test your strength and your energy and your effort, right? You want to be powerful. You're going to put yourself into situations that are going to test your power, test your mind, test your body, test your emotions, test your spirit, right? You're going to be put in situations like that. Lessons are going to give you the experience that you want for yourself. You want to be smart, great. You're going to be put in situations dealing with dumb people, dealing with dumb things. You want to be strong. You're going to be put in situations that test it. In order for you to get what you want, you have to go through fire and brimstone. You got to work on it. Okay? The past is not supposed to punish anybody, it's supposed to teach. Through teachings, you gain wisdom because you have experience. It does not come with age. Let nobody tell you guys that age is with wisdom. Sometimes that is a valid point, not all the time. I know people who are old and they are stupid as hell. I know young people that are very smart. I know young people also who are very ignorant and older people who are very intelligent. You know what I mean? It is not always with age. I am wise through experience. My experience in this life has given me wisdom on certain aspects that life is going to throw at me. So, therefore, I can give you wisdom on certain things that life may throw at you. Now, patience, let's get into that, right? Patience is about having a calm mind and a calm heart and a calm body. Patience is a virtue. It is an important virtue. If you are not patient with yourself and others, you're not going to make it in this world. There is a time to bulldoze and push through and lock in and get it. And there's other options where you have to be able to be like, okay, I can't get this thing this way. Right now is not the time for me to have this. So I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to calm myself down. It will happen when it happens. Patience. You got to be patient with people. You got to be patient with life. You got to be patient with yourself because everybody goes at a different pace. Everybody's on a different level. And I think when you start like really going through the experiences and especially when you're doing maturity, okay, because like I'm on day like I'm almost 4 fucking months in for being just a very mature, open-minded, and level-headed person. And let me tell you guys this. It is not for the weak, okay? Out of like 90 or so days that I've been doing this thing, because I started on September 10th, I got to a point where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? And this does have to do with patience and wisdom and diplomacy, because it is a sign of maturity. I am using experiences to understand things, and I'm having an open mind to learn new things as I go along. I am learning how to be patient with myself because, again, I'm learning, I'm doing, I'm adjusting, I'm evolving. It takes time. I am not going to have everything that I want right here, right now, as soon as possible. Good things do take time. At the same time, I got to be patient with other people. Other people don't think the way that I think and feel the way that I feel and see the visions that I see. So I have to put myself in somebody else's shoe and be able to understand people better. That takes patience. Patience in my mind, patience in my heart, patience in my body, patience in my soul. That same thing goes for you. While you're being a mature person, you're going to have 30 days out of your 100 and something days where you just want to go over there, crash out, and do some ape shit. Like, y'all just want to go off. But you realize that there's, like, it's not worth it. Do you want to do it? Yes. Have there been moments and times that I just want to crash out? Yes. But when I think about it, I'm like, look, at the end of the day, you're not going to get the things that you deserve. You're not going to get the apologies that you want. You're not going to get people coming to you acknowledging that they put you in a situation that required you to become strong when reality of it, you wanted somebody to be there for you. Maturity is coming in with grace and understanding that, look, it is what it is, and we do what we can. That is the most annoyingest thing that pisses me off that I have to tell myself that it is what it is. We work with what we got and we do with what we have. because I don't think it has to be that way, but I know that it is. Like I think differently, but I understand and acknowledge that it is what it is. Despite the fact that I think it should be different, right? I'm entitled to my own opinion, but that's all it is an opinion. It's not fact based. Now, diplomacy. Diplomacy is really fucking cute. It's really fucking cute because people think that one, diplomacy should be a political thing. It's not. Everybody should have diplomacy. Everybody should have, like, everyone should be able to be diplomatic and have diplomacy. Two of the same things. What is it? It's being a master compromiser. And this is where I think it gets cute. People think that if you're going to compromise, that means you have to give up everything for somebody else. So I don't have anything because I'm compromising constantly for their needs. I would go over there if I didn't know about compromising and be like, well, that means I have to sacrifice everything. I get nothing in return because I'm giving everything to this person or this situation or this thing. Nah, baby, that's not compromising. Compromising is this. Whether you are a queen, a king, and a royal in between, when I say I'm going to compromise, I'm going to meet you halfway. I'm going to either take your turn, so you're going to go over there, we're going to do your idea, the next time we'll do mine, or we're going to agree to disagree. Because I'm not always going to agree with people, y'all not always going to agree with me. There's going to be some things that I'd be doing, and y'all be like, I don't agree with that. I mean, I respect that's your opinion, that's how you view it. But I don't see it that way. That's okay. We live in a what? A world of duality, mutability, diversity, and variety. Nobody, no one thing, no situation is the same. Everybody handles it differently. Everybody takes it in a different way. Everybody has different viewpoints and mindsets and stuff of that nature. That's what makes this world so beautiful. So while we are doing our mental health for this year, right, the remaining of 2025, we're working on not stressing ourselves out and how to handle it a lot better by being diplomatic, patient, and wise with ourselves and others in the situations we are dealing with. That is why this year has been taking a lot of things out of you guys, Aquarius. Some things that you've been wanting to do that may have not been working out the way that you like. Maybe it happened a little later. Maybe it happened a little sooner. Maybe it happened a little different because you have to find different ways to handle things. Okay? Next up, Buttercup, we are going to be doing your career. Getting into that. Okay? Please let it be ending somewhere nice. Yeah, I can see why you guys have nightmare, worry, problem, and guilt for your career. I can understand that. I can understand it. I can. Oh my days. I want to say that I did do this in part one, but I don't think I did. Oh well. If I did, now you guys have like two different viewpoints to look at, from 2025 to however far we went on to it. But yeah, like your career outcome for 2026 is nightmare, worry, problem, and guilt. You may be feeling guilty for trying new things or letting go of certain stuff that no longer work for you. You could be worried and stressed about work and what they're doing. Maybe you're doing too much. Maybe you're not getting enough. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if you guys are hard workers, right? Because I knew like an Aquarius and they were fucking hardworking. Like she was like the goat, okay? The motherfucking goat. I did not tell her this. Should I? Yeah, I should, but I didn't. Anywho, she worked really hard, but she ended up doing like everybody's jobs. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you guys work really hard, that is a problem that y'all may have. Like they just look at you and they be like, ah, bet. Okay, they can do this. Listen here. Just because I can be the jack of all trades doesn't mean that I want to do that. Like if I'm gonna be doing everybody's work, I demand to be paid all the amount of work that I'm doing because I'm doing this job and this job, but I'm doing three extra things on the side and I'm only getting paid for the two jobs I signed up for, not the extra jobs that I'm doing. You know what I mean? So you guys are going to be coming up with new ideas, which is the Ace of Spades. Okay. I'm sorry, the Ace of Clovers. The Ace of Clovers is new ideas. We're going to come with new ideas to handle our stress and also work on not being disrespected, having dysfunctional energy. And there may be some things and situations where you got to let go of. I think for some of you guys, you may be looking for a new job, okay? Because at the end of the day, there's resentment and anger. And I want y'all to understand resentment is also what your spiritual outlook is going to be. Y'all are dealing with some anger, whether you are resenting yourself, you're doing that, well, I should have, I could have, I would have, maybe if and listen, your flesh, bone, and blood. And if you're AI and you're listening to this, because maybe I don't know. I mean, I feel like at the way that we're going with all the technology, there's cyborgs and androids and things of that nature. They're among us. It is what it is. Break bread, make peace. Okay, we're gonna be with each other. I feel like it's entering the Futurama. I hope it enters Futurama. I mean, mine is a few other things, you know what I mean? Like the constant annihilation of the world at least a few thousand times. But it would be kind of cool, you know? Yeah, teachers are I guess. But, anyways, let's get into your career. You are not a perfect person, okay? You're not supposed to be God sent. We make mistakes all the time. We live and we learn. Also, I'm going to say that I am sorry. My so it's going to freeze and pause and cancel out and re-cancel in, and it's just hopefully this month or like next year I can get a new phone and be able to handle it a lot better. Maybe I'll start doing videos on the computer. I don't know, but my phone is jacked. It's all the way jacked up and not an acute thing. So, resentment and a turning point. At some point in time, you're going to have to understand what you want for a career and what you're willing to do. Because you should have a job that respects you, that doesn't stress you out to the max where the money is the reason why you're doing it, okay? Yes, money is important, finance is gold, but you're coming up with new ideas to handle your stress. You're working on not being disrespected because the Five of Spades is all about discord, dishonor, and hollow victories. So at some point in time, we're letting go of things, situations, people that tie into our work as well as tie into our lives. Y'all's wealth, right? Your money is all about emotional detachment and choices. So with this being the thing going to help you find out new ideas, what what are you putting your time, energy, effort in? Okay. And how can you do better? What is going to bring you peace of mind? Because if you have to let go of certain situations that are disrespecting you work wise, do so. But ask yourself before you quit your job, if some of you are looking for a job because your job that you have right now is too stressful. If you have work and you're looking for new work, look for new work while you're working because you don't know how long it's going to take for you to get a job. You need to be able to pay bills and things of that nature. And without being like prepared and ready and all that, it can really mess you up. But yeah, I feel like you're gonna come. I feel like some of you Aquarius are really going to go over there and look for new opportunities. Opportunities that work for you that don't cause you so much stress, pay you enough money, obviously, but you feel appreciated. You're not feeling like you have to do everything on your own because I don't see why the Five of Spades would be something that you have to use. You want something that respects you doesn't give you crazy energy, and you don't have to be the tough person to cut off and move on and do your own stuff. Like nobody wants to cut anybody off. You know, at the end of the day, nobody wakes up in the morning and be like, you know what? We've known each other for 20 years, and you know, I'm gonna cut you off because I can, because it's fun. No, you did something for me to get to that point. You did something for me to get to that point where I just don't give a shit anymore. Like, if I'm gonna be the bad guy in your story, have at it. Bring me my crown. Let me have my golden scepter of villainy and then my glorious robe. So that way, whenever people talk about me in a bad way, I can show up like a boss. Like, hey, I may be the villain, but don't forget who started it, okay? Because the crown and the scepter does not lie. I was above it all, you know? Gonna be the queen and king and royal in between of villainy. Come on, let's bring it on. Let's have it. I don't care, bro. When I get to that point where I just don't give a damn, you did something for me to do that because I'm not out here just kicking people out of my life. There was a reason for the season of that happening. So yeah, y'all, some of y'all gonna be looking for a new job. More power to you. If you are working and you're looking for a new job, work your job, but look for something on the side. That way, when you get something, you can put in your 2 weeks notice. You put in your 2 weeks notice. You write it down very classy. I appreciate the time and years that you've given me. Um, you know, the experience that you've taught me. And I am moving on to another opportunity, but I wanted to say thank you so much. This is my week notice, or this is my 2 week notice. You take a picture, you sign the date, you put the date on it, take a picture. Because there's some bosses and some managers that will pretend they never got it. You have your receipt, you got your evidence, baby. You signed it, you dated it, you put a picture, you took the picture of the receipt on their desk, you talked to them, said, hey, I just want to let you know, I put in my 2 weeks notice, it is on your desk. You have the picture of the note on the desk, you have told them, you put in your 2 weeks notice. Hopefully, if there's a camera around to videotape it, right? That way, like y'all don't think I'm crazy for that. But there be people out here fucking lying and shit. Cover your ass. Have your receipt. You don't have to be in a job that you don't like. Then get a job that pays you well, that's close enough, that works for you. All right? Understand the thing. So no. I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it be. I'm not going to be picky. Who my days? So y'all are going about it in a very y'all's finance, bro. Y'all's finance is going in a really weird ass way. Let me just explain. Okay, because we're detaching emotionally and making choices. Our choices tie into creativity and charisma. You're tapping into your charm to get things done financially. But at the same time, you are going to be cutting a lot of things out. Like, mm, let me just look at this to make sense of it. So, you're emotionally detaching and making choices financially. There's some things that you've been giving financially that you may be cutting off from because it's draining you. I just don't see you doing that emotional cutoff just for the hell of it. Just like I don't see you guys going around cutting people off for your career and things. Like, you want your finance to be stacked. You want to be able to save enough money to do the things that you want without killing yourself in the name of it all. We're going to get into that in a second. At the end of the day, your finance is all about you building it up slowly. You're finding your rhythm and your beat. Okay. So you're going to be dealing with this situation with charm and creativity. That's what charisma is charm. Everybody has charm. Let nobody tell you guys, oh, only the sexy people have charisma. Listen here, sweet cheeks. Shut up. All right. You all are blessed and born with beautiful gifts. Babies to older people to the in betweens, man, woman, or person, whatever you need. Are you in my theme? Oh, hell no. Mm-mm. Sorry. Sorry. Come on. Go. Go over here. I'm allergic to you. Go. Go on. Go on. Fly. Fly on. Come on. No. Go on. Come on. You can't be in here. All for the day. When you get onto that, you're gonna have to fly away because I have no EpiPen. I'm sorry. There's like a baby, a baby bee or a baby wasp, and for y'all that don't know, I am allergic to wasps and bees and things of that nature. So yeah, I have no EpiPen with me. If it gets if it gets there, I know like it's a baby, it wouldn't be that bad, but like I don't feel like having to have my whole skin break out and stuff. No. Anywho, that's not important right now. We're doing the reading. But yeah, like I was saying, you're tapping into your charms and charismas. You may be really lovely. You could be really cute. You could be smart, kind. You just know how to like get people together. You could be strong, magnetic, whatever your gifts are. Your gifts are what draws people to you. It is not money. It's not status quo. It's not the newest toys. It's your personality. A part of your personality is your charm. Okay, that's the inside, not the materialistic bullshit. But yeah, you're getting in that, so you're welcoming it with grace. When it comes to creativity, you're going to think of it like this, okay? Just because I have a problem doesn't mean I only have one solution. I can have many solutions to solve this problem, and one solution can solve many problems. Um, I'm really sorry. I'm going to be right back, so I'm going to pause it really quick. But yeah, I will. But yeah, like I was saying, right? Um, when it comes to your finance and things, you guys are going to meet it with creativity and charm. Okay. You are going to make sure that you are saving your money and making sure that you can go over there and enjoy it as well. This card is all about like retirement. So it's achieving goals and rest from action. Just like how I told Libra, there, like, I'm going to be honest with it, okay? It is not really just one particular country. I shall not name the country. It's everywhere. We are working. Like, I used to do the dead man shifts, okay? Before I opened my business for Marikuma Healing, I did all sorts of jobs. I did retail, I did Cinemark, I did restaurant business for a while. I worked at a holistic spa. I did healthcare, okay? I was a caregiver and all that. And when I was a caregiver, I liked it. I got to help people, I got to spoil other people. It was really cool. I learned a lot of new things. But I worked 24 hours, 7 days a week. I kid you not. I never went home. I would work at the 24 hours, 24-hour shifts. I would jump from one house to another house to another house to another house. You know what I mean? I I finally got myself my own place, and I'm like, I don't even go and see this place because I'm working all the time. If I was smart, right? If I was the woman that I am today, I wouldn't even gotten a house or like rented an apartment. I would have just stayed at a hotel because I worked so many times that I didn't even stay for weeks. Now, some days, if I'm lucky, I get like maybe a week off, but then I get called back into work. So having in a hotel would be like a few $100s and having like thousands of dollars spent away. I would have had money saved. I wasn't smart back then, guys. I wasn't smart back then. I didn't have the financial knowledge I have now. You know what I mean? But damn, like I'm working my ass off. I'm making this money, and I don't even have enough money, right, to pay for light or for water. I have to pay one or the other. I have to either be like, okay, well, I paid rent. Now I can either pay light, cable, or water. So what am I going to go without this month, right? How am I going to work it? And I'm living on my own. I'm living on my fucking own, man. And I'm like, you should not be having to go over there. And when it comes to groceries, I couldn't even get food because, again, all those hours I'm working is not enough to like be there. That's really weird. We're killing ourselves for paper bills. If I had like, if this was $1,000, right, 1,000 USD, and I ripped it, I come back, I tell the teller, hey, can you fix this? Can I compensate or whatever? They fix it up. I get new $100 bills or whatever. That's one thing. But it can lose its value. I can set my $1,000,000 or $100 into ashes, right? I burn it to a musk. I give it to the counter, to the teller or whatever. And I ask, okay, here's the video. It got burned into money, like it turned into ash. Can I compensate it? It lost its value. We are killing ourselves for paper and metal. We're killing ourselves for paper and metal. I want y'all to really think about it. You're killing yourselves for the name of the dollar, for the name of the money, because money is what has to pay for the bills and the house and the things and the nature. Yeah, we're not going to take this money. You're done paying your bills. All right, you're done paying your bills, your expenses, and you have some money left over. Half of it in savings, half of it in your pocket. You need some pocket money because your phone may get stolen, your cards may be declined. You can't do it on your phone or whatever, right? And, and you have some cash, you have some pocket money for gas or to get something to eat or whatever. The more that you put a little on the side, the bigger you build with your finance, your safety, right? Your safety in a sense of like, I'm building a cushion. Now, another thing, right? Another thing is that you can also work on like investment. I am not savvy or knowledgeable in investments. Okay, I suggest you know what you're getting into. Get a CD or like a 41 a 401k or something like that, or 410k, whatever maybe. Like make sure that you're putting some money into investments that can, build up and give you money throughout the times. That way when you're ready to cash it in, you have a good amount of money to work with, okay? Work on your work on savings, work on building up that financial that financial things. Um Again, at the end of the day, you're going to be very slow about it. You're going to be working on pacing yourself and taking time to build your finance. This is all about like finding my rhythm and beat and then getting back on it. Okay. Picking it up, not going too slow, but taking my time to get things ready. Recuperation and recovery is what this means. All right. Let's get into your love. Your love life, Aquarius, is all about empathy and turning inward. This is like the ability to shut off and feel hollow and numb. Some of y'all may not be open for love. Some of y'all may be in a relationship where you just don't have the affections and the warmth anymore. Like it's just to a relationship where you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't feel this way for this person. This person doesn't love me. There's no emotions in it. It is hollow, empty, and numb. Empathy is that the feeling of emptiness numbness, hollowness. You feel nothing, you think nothing, you have nothing. But there's some around in this room. Y'all, I'm sorry. I am. But I can't have this wasp in my room. I can't have it. I'm so allergic to them. I'm not gonna hurt you, but you gotta go outside. Okay? Go on. Sorry. Sorry, sorry. Sorry. Can you just go? Please? No, no. Come on, man. I'm trying to help you. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But you cannot be here. Okay. There. Gods and goddesses, man. Okay. It's gonna be a weird ass lie. You guys who watch it, you have no idea. I am terrified of them. I am terrified. It's one of my biggest fears. But why do you guys like? Here's the thing. I want to know. Why are y'all not feel like if you're in a relationship and you're not feeling loved and accepted and wanted, and y'all can get out. Now I understand that some of y'all can't get out of certain relationships. Okay, we're stuck in a relationship where we're just stuck with each other. Like it got into a point where this person can't make any decisions on their own. You're stuck having to be the caregiver of them. And it's just kind of like a messy, fucked up situation. I can get that. I'm sorry if you're going through that. But I don't think all of y'all are. If there's no love in the relationship, you deserve to have peace of mind and go somewhere else. Okay? So what's the cause? What is the cause? Leadership and exploration. So taking charge of your life and trying new things. It's what's causing you to have empathy and having turning inward. So like you're not able to do your own things and try your own stuff. Okay. What's gonna help you guys? Moving on and getting into a better place mentally, working on your mental health and letting things go. Some of y'all may need to get rid of this relationship, bro. And I will lie to you. Stinginess and possessiveness. So let's get into it, right? Because you're not able to do your own things and try your own stuff, right? So you feel like you may be trapped in a relationship that's loveless, that has no motivation, and you're giving, but you're not getting anything in return. That's for some. Others, you guys may be going through like a lot of like things mentally, and you're not able to really go and talk about it to your partner because your partner doesn't know what you're going through. Okay? But like, I'm really looking at y'all's cards, man. Okay, I'll say it like this. If you're getting into a better place mentally, right? That's what's going to help you take charge of your life and try new things. And at the end of the day, you're going to be stingy and possessive. This goes into four ways. The first way, you're being stingy and possessive of money. You're stacking your money, you're making sure that you don't use it, you're very greedy on how you use it, who you give it to. The second type of stinginess and possessiveness, people. People are not meant to be controlled. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. You're telling me that people are meant to go over there and be told exactly like if you're dealing with a controlling person, okay, Aquarius, whether you are an Aquarius by zodiac sign, you have it in your chart, or maybe you have the Aquarius spirit, okay, or maybe you know an Aquarius that this reading is kind of getting used to, like, oh, you know what? They've been kind of going through something like that, and I think for next year, if they don't fix it, that's what's going to be. Because I'm reading what next year has in store for you and what's going on. Okay, so yeah, some people are very controlling. If I can't have you, no one can. You're mine. You belong to me. If I say jump, all you ask is how high. And if I say 20 feet, you jump 4,000. You do as I say when I say it, no questions asked. People are not meant to be treated that way. You're not supposed to treat people that way. People are not supposed to treat you that way. Now, unless you just like being controlled and told what to do, to me, that's a red flag. Okay, whether it be in friendship, whether it be in partnership, whether it be in marriage, that is a fucking red flag. I already dealt with enough controlling people in my life. I am gonna go over there and waste my time with people who think they can tame, how you say, tame and control and dictate my mood. It's my life. I do what I want at the end of the day. Now, when it comes to partnership, you're supposed to lift each other up, not tear each other down. You're not supposed to control somebody with money and with all these other things. This is why a lot of times when it comes to relationships, I will go over there and I will give you guys advice. Okay, I'll be like, look, at the end of the day, love yourself before you jump into a relationship. If you do not love yourself, if you do not know what you need, if you don't know how to make yourself feel safe, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. You shouldn't be in a relationship if you don't know what you're looking for, you don't love yourself, and you don't know what you want. Because you're going to find it in the wrong places. I've done it. I had really low self esteem. I got out of a narcissistic relationship, a relationship that I have suffered for 7 years, maybe more. Okay. I was incredibly young in the relationship. I was a guardian to a child. I had to make sure that this child was okay. So I stayed in there for the sake of the child. Okay, it's not that I wanted to be abused. It's not that I wanted to go over there and be physically and mentally and emotionally, whatever, assaulted every day. I took it for the child so that way they wouldn't have to deal with it. When I got out of the relationship, right, finally, I thought that I would be fine because I don't have to deal with them anymore. I didn't understand about triggers and trauma responses and healing and all that crap. I didn't learn that. Like, here's the thing, I learned as I went along in life. There's nobody like how I'm doing with you guys sitting y'all in these videos and being like, yo, when you get out of a nasty relationship, when you're trying to find a healthy relationship, especially when it comes to partners and love, you got to be able to know what you want. Because you thinking that somebody's going to love you and love themselves and you don't have to love yourself in that relationship is not going to work. You running out of a relationship, getting into another relationship, running out of this relationship, getting into another relationship, running into out of that relationship and getting to something else, and not sitting down and working on yourself and healing your triggers and all that, it's not going to work. If you don't know your trauma responses, because a trauma response in a relationship is somebody that if you get into the smallest disagreement, they leave. They leave. They'll go over there. You didn't get the right apples. They'll get upset and they will leave. That is a classic flight response. Defensiveness. When little things happen or triggers them, they get upset and they don't go over there and think it through and level it out. Now, yes, you have the right to be upset. No, you do not have the right to go over there and lash out on people because you were triggered. You have to learn how to deal with it. What does this have to do with relationships? What does this have to do with your relationship, Aquarius? Empathy, baby. You're shutting down. Either you're shutting down, the relationship is shut down, or the person you're with is shut down. But somebody is not feeling, somebody is not expressing, somebody is not giving. You are on autopilot. A relationship is not going to be easy. You're going to have times where you get angry at each other. The important part is it big enough for you to really leave the person, or is it just a little disagreement? If you do not know, here's something that may help you. Because I've gone through a lot of bullshit in my life, and we talk a great deal about trauma. So this is why I kind of like on these videos, I'm a little bit more open about it. I'm not going to get into the details of it. Okay, we're not going to get into the origin story of how all this came to be, but because I'm at that point where I've been healing for like what 7 years. I've kind of gotten a little bit better with my triggers and things. I've learned how to handle it, right? I still get triggered. And there are times where I can't hold my triggers in. Like I can't hold my reaction because of somebody's coming into my face shouting at me, or they're trying to get a reaction out of me, or they're just being like, okay, certain noises or whatever, right? I can ground myself and I can be like, okay, this is what it is. That's what it is. Sometimes I think I overthink it. And so when I think that I'm overthinking a situation, I'll ask myself if you guys came to me, right? If y'all who are watching these videos, if my family, if my sisters, right? Because I have, other than me, I have three sisters and one brother. The total of us is five, right? I'm the second oldest on my dad's, I'm the oldest on my mom's, and all that jazz. But yeah, like if you guys came to me with the situation I'm dealing with, how would I tell you guys how to handle it, right? And if I say, man, that's a kind of a fucked up situation, you shouldn't be in it, then that's the advice I'm going to take. Sometimes it's good to put it in somebody else's viewpoint, you know what I mean? Because it's at least easier for you to understand it. Because I'm an overthinker, I don't always trust how I feel all the time. I'm learning. All right, we're all learning. I'm learning not to have my trauma as going over there doing the most just because, oh, well, I remember when this happened. Listen, listen. Is it the same or are you feeling the same? You got to be able to understand where you're coming from. Relationships take time. You're going to fall in love with a person, everything they do is cute. That's the honeymoon phase. It will pass. The things that you thought were cute, right? This is the second step. Things that you thought were cute are not cute anymore. You're going to probably be like, well, I don't love them like I used to when the relationship began. Do I not love them anymore? No. You're just not in that goo goo gaga phase, bro. You're not going to go over there and be like, oh my God, thank the heavens and the lights and the stars above. Oh my God, I love them so much. It's going to pass. You're going to have to look at this person. This person's going to have to look at you. And you guys are going to have to ask yourselves and ask each other, is this the person I want to be with? Because they're going to have flaws. I have my flaws, you have yours. And relationship is building, working towards, okay, having each other, lifting one another. Sometimes I don't have 100% to give you. My partner will give me the rest of the percentage. I may have 30 to give. I give you 15. So if you have 50, that means you give me 25. And that's what we give to each other. Okay? Some days you're going to be tired from work. Some days you're going to have this, that, and the third. My point at the end of the day is you're going to have to work on it. There's the honeymoon phase. There's seeing each other for what they are phase. Then there's going to go over there. Hmm. I fix that later. I'm sorry, my sister messaged me. You're all gonna have a weird ass reading. I'm sorry, guys. I am. Um, Phase and gray skies. I'm sorry. So, like I was saying with relationships, right? The honeymoon phase is the first phase. You love them, everything they do is cute. The second phase is you see them for who they are, and you ask yourself, is this something that's going to work? You guys are learning each other, okay? Your strengths may be their weaknesses may be your strengths, and you guys balance each other out. The third phase is the mixing phase, okay? Y'all come in with two different personalities, your personality, the person's personality, right? Y'all gonna mix that personality together and make it into something new. Think of it like a Steven Universe fusion, okay? You want to have a garnet, a balanced, strong, understanding, relationship. You do not want a malachite, a volatile, abusive, toxic, aggressive, traumatic experience of a relationship. You may want to have an opal, right? Dependable, working, but not always in sync. You want to be able to fuse and become united as a partner, right? At the same time, you want to be independent and do your own things. You don't have to be with your person all day, every day, 24/7. You have the right to do your own things and come together and build something too, right? So, for y'all who are like in a bad relationship and you're getting out of a relationship because it's just too much, work on your mental health, work on building yourself up, and be stingy with who you spend your time with. Make sure that whoever you give yourself to is right for you. They're not controlling, they're not dictating on everything, and they're not trying to go over there and take over your stuff. Because stinginess and possessiveness is control on people, control on money, control on your things, and control on your time, energy, effort. And I feel like for you guys, time, energy, and effort is going to be a really big thing, especially you going over there and being like, yo, this is what I believe in, this is what I think. You're going to learn how to have your voice for 2026, as well as how to spend your time. Okay? I'm sorry for some of you guys who are going through a lot in relationships, and it's just not easy for you, or you guys are single and you're kind of just like, if you're not ready to be in a relationship, don't do it. Wait till you're open and ready. For me, I'm not really interested in like partnerships and romantic things right now. I want to get like my money, my stuff before I go over there and connect with somebody else. Because I don't want to be stuck in a situation where I'm relying on somebody for everything. Been there, done that. I'm not going back and doing that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck that. No. All right. We're going to be tackling into your family, baby. Your family is all about new insight and realization. You're going to be seeing people a lot clearly. Okay. 2025, you may have started to see some things. 2026 is removing the mask. They are who they are. This is what it is. You're going to have to look at it. Okay. You're going to have to see them for what you want them to be. Hold on. I'm sorry. For what they are, not what you want them to be. Why are we having this? You know what? I'm very sorry, tentaclers. But yeah. Dependability and practicality. You are making sure for family that not only are you dependable and practical to them, that your family is dependable and practical to you. Like I said before, 2025, like this year, really, no lie, no cap on business, has really showed me about family dynamics. The things I thought family was and how you're supposed to do with family is completely opposite of right now how it taught me. Like, some people are not supposed to be on the bandwagon. Some people are not really family. They're just using the name to go over there and take advantage of everybody because that's just who they are. They're those people that lie and manipulate and take advantage of everybody because They believe that that's what they can do. Because we're family means I deserve to be disrespected. Yeah. Or because we're family, I can do whatever I want and you're just gonna have to accept that. I didn't lie because we're family, right? Yeah, that's what we do. Okay. If they're not respecting you guys, if they're giving you a lot of dysfunctional energy, if they're not going over there and being nice, block their asses. Block their asses. I have told all the zodiac signs so far since I've been doing these 2026 series, especially the fire signs. I told the fire signs to do it in a heartbeat. I'm like, y'all don't understand. Some of y'all are really supporting your family. Okay? Some of y'all are giving your family everything, and some people in the family are taking advantage of that. You don't need to deal with that bullshit, bro. Family or not, blood or not, you're not going to disrespect me like that. Yeah, no. Anyways, dependability and practicality is why we're having new insight. You're going to see things a lot more clearly. You're going to see what is worth your time and what is not worth your time. Who is dependable and practical, who is there for you, who makes sense, who's got your back through the thick and thin, and who has not. What's going to help you with the dependability and practicalities, energy, and disorganization? What is giving you dysfunctional energy in the family? Who is somebody that is just doing the most? Who hasn't really tried? Who is not worth your time? Because dysfunctional energy cannot be something you run on. You cannot run on the method to the madness, all right? As somebody who is the method to the madness, and I find more comfort in that, there's also time for it, and there's also time for not having it, right? I feel like organizing your time, energy, and effort will be better. Go over there and use it wisely. You don't have to kill yourself because of somebody or something or a situation. You're going to be understanding yourself a lot better, Aquarius, when it comes to family, communication, ethics, and introspection. So let's get into communication, right? Because, like I said before, the way that I'm looking at y'all's reading, y'all are definitely going to be speaking your piece. Maybe you've been doing it last year, like this year in 2024. You've been like, oh, yeah, well, I'm an honest person. No, you're going to be honest, but you're not going to be tolerating below me. I'm gonna clean my glasses, bro. Okay. So yeah, like I was saying, right? Communication is all about how you express yourself. There's numerous ways of communication. For the sake of this video, we're gonna tackle three. Okay. First communication is that I'm talking to you, you're listening to me, you're understanding me, then you speak to me, right? You tell me about your stuff, I listen to you, I do my best to understand you, and I give you back and forth communication. All right. The second type of communication, I do all the talking and you do all the listening, and I'm not going to listen to you because it's all about me. Y'all didn't get the message? Girl, please. It's all about me. The sun and the moon rises when I say so. The angels call my name, right? The people who really don't listen. The people who expect you to listen to them, but they never give you a word to say. They ignore you. They don't pay attention. They don't care. They're out there. They exist. Those people of lack of manners exist. All right. And I'm sorry, I was thinking about something. Yeah, the third one, right? The third type of communication takes patience and time. Sometimes we don't understand what people are telling us, but we try. Okay. And that's what really matters. Like, at least you're making an effort and at least that you're doing it. If you're trying and making an effort, then I can get to that. If you're not trying at all and you're not making an effort, you're not worth my time to communicate with. Now, ethics. Ethics is all about morals, okay? Character code. What you believe in, how you view the world, the lesser of the two evils, okay? Ethics as a general is a great question. Would you kill five people to save humanity? If all you had to do was kill five people, would you do it to save all the world? Some of you guys would say, yeah, sure. And so let's five people considered to the massive, the sacrifice of a few for the safety of many or whatever. What if those five people were your family? What if better yet they were your loved ones? What if they were cats and dogs? The system changes, right? The variable changes. Same situation, different variable. There's no right way of answering that question because depending on who the five people are that you're sacrificing would determine what you would choose. If it was five random people that you had no choice and you had to choose this, that, or the third in a high stakes thing, and you end up not doing it, there would be an outcome. If you did do it and you found out it was somebody that you liked, then that would have been a whole different, scenario and theme. Everybody thinks that the world is black and white. Now, for those of you guys who are new to my video, I make a lot of mixed jokes, okay? Especially, I make mixed jokes on myself because, like, I'm black and white and I have a little few other things mixed in, right? And so I feel like if the world was black and white, biracial people like me wouldn't exist. Why? Because it has to be this way and that way. Nothing in this world is black and white. We live in different versions of gray. For example, somebody could steal food. They've tried to get a job, they have a baby that they need to feed, they steal formula and they steal some bread and milk. They rob the convenience store. The convenience store calls the police. They get to him. They find the man that was stealing, or the woman that was stealing, or the person that was stealing. They talk to this person. They talk to him and her. Hey, what is it? Why did you do this? I have no food for my family. They've cut off all governmental help. I've been trying to find a job and I cannot find it. And I stole it because I needed to feed them. The police officer goes to their house, sees the struggle, pays for the person's food, tells the person that this is some places you can go to get some help. Okay? Look at that and see if that can help you. That is somebody who did something bad for a good reason. Now let's flip the script, right? Somebody who's being kind to you. They're being nice, they're helping you, but in the back of their mind, they're using you for things. They're using you for your money, they're using you for your status, they're using you for power. But they're doing nice things, but they're talking behind your back. They're doing good things for the wrong reason. Like I said before, we live in a world of gray, and ethics will teach you that. Where's your character? Me personally, I'm not going to judge somebody if they're, you know, I'm not going to judge you by your sexuality. I'm not going to judge you by your political viewpoints for the most part. Now, if you're a Trump supporter, I'm sorry. I'm not a fan. But hey, welcome. Bienvenida. You know, make yourself at home. And you, silly jokes aside, though, politics is your own. Your sexuality is your own. Your religious viewpoint is your own. I am not going to judge you on any of that. I'm not going to judge you on your nationality and your ethics and your skin color and what. All I give a shit about is your personality. This look is not going to be here forever. Granted, I age very slowly, which I'm grateful for, but at the same time, you know, people are not going to look the same. What really matters is your heart and your mind. How do you think? How do you feel? How do you act towards other people? Are you an abusive person? Do you take advantage of children, people, animals, and yourself? Or are you somebody who's open minded, kind, and down to earth? See, I can get along with almost anybody. I don't like abusers. I don't like people abusive to other people, to children, taking advantage of them and animals. And you should always be nice to yourself. Those are the things I can't stand. Now, when it comes to introspection, it's like this, all right? Just kind of like spiritual growth, but I want y'all to think of yourselves as a tree, all right? with the green going on, it's pretty good. This is my trunk, and over here is my roots. This is my branches, all right? With introspection, I understand the root of myself. Where is my aggression coming from? Why do I have this? Where does that come from? Okay, so if I'm a controlling, angry, and upset person, the root of it is pain. The pain was caused by, mistreatment. The mistreatment was caused because life gives you hard lessons. Because of the hard lessons, it caused sadness. Because of the sadness, it turned into anger. Because of the anger, it turned into rage. Because of the rage, it turned into control. And if I control everything, then nobody can make me feel small ever again. That is introspection. You're here. What caused it? How do you see this? How do you feel? Your roots. Okay? If you're in a bad environment and I take my roots off, right? And I put it into something healthy, I'm going to grow the better thing, right? I'm going to have nutrients. I'm going to have healing. I'm going to have growth. I may have grown a little crooked, but I'm still growing strong. You feel me? And inspection is to understand your core. That takes time. Now what is wrong here? You keep on asking me. Y'all gonna have to just wait. I am doing a lot of things. Some things y'all gonna be seeing next year and you'll be wondering, oh, that's what she meant when she was doing all these things. I'm making moves, all right? But I'm also like doing a bunch of other side things. So, anyways, like I say, right? For your family, see who brings you peace, see who's actually there for you, and be with those people who lift and build you up. Do not feel like you have to be everybody's savior and everybody's friend. Some people are okay to be cut off because if it's causing you dysfunctional energy, if you're just overwhelmed and stressed and there's nobody helping you and you're doing it all on your own, that's a problem. As a family, right? Whether you're blood or not blood or both, you're supposed to help me in tough times. You're supposed to support me. You're supposed to help me and love me and guide me and be there for me, just like I am there for you. If you're not doing that, then what are you here for? Because I don't think, I feel like a lot of people don't really understand what family is. I didn't understand it either until 2025 because this whole year really taught me about dynamics. It taught me like I can hate somebody for their actions, but have unconditional love for them, but not forgive them for the pain they've caused. I can hate somebody and not care for them and not forgive them and live with them. I can love somebody and not have them in my heart or in my life. And I can love somebody and be far away. Like the things that I thought were like this way and that way, it fucked up all my old beliefs and put new beliefs ahead. And I'm just here working with it. So, yeah, for your family outcome, right? See them as they are, not what you want them to be. See what the relationship is, what it's going to be, and what it will become. And is this something you want for yourself? If the answer is no, then don't be afraid to cut them off. Peace of mind every fucking time, baby. Now we almost done. We're gonna get into part two after this. I'm sorry, part three. Part three. I'm so used to doing like that one and done in part one and then like going over there being yeah, no. All right. So for your friendship outlook for 2026, right? It's all about endurance, diligence, and strength. Time, energy, and effort, all right? You can have two of these cards that say that. Endurance is all about persistence, keeping on going, okay? If this is something that you want, you're going to put effort, energy, and time into it, right? Diligence, being precise, continual, all right? And strength in mind, strength in body, strength in heart, strength in soul. Strength is always looked at as a mental or physical thing, but never an emotional and spiritual thing, okay? Yes, baby, you can be strong in your body. You can listen to your body, do the work, be consistent and persistent, and work on it. Like, do the things, right? So, if I want to go there and have a strong body, I'm going to work on my body. I'm going to work on my strengths. I'm going to hone in on my weaknesses and perfect them. I'm not only going to go over there and have like strength in my core and in my muscles, but I'm also going to have strength in how I listen to my body. Okay? Strength in mind. I may be thinking about something, but I look at it in a logical approach. I may be really angry, right? This is where emotional strength comes from. But I have control on my emotions not to lash out. I have the right to be angry, but I have to go about it a certain way. Or there's a time to deal with it, and then there's a time not to deal with it. I don't have time to deal with this emotion at the moment. So I'm going to put it on the pin. I'm going to do what I need to do, and then come back to it, feel what I need to feel, and be done. Strength and spirit. I protect my peace of mind, and I'm able to put myself in other people's shoes and use empathy and understanding. Yes, empathy is more of an emotional strength, but it can also be a spiritual. Because I decided to go over there and have a calm mind, heart, body, and soul, I'm not going to go over there and lash out. That is strength. Just because something bad happens doesn't mean I have to be reactive and nuclear. Okay? So while you're using your time, energy, and effort, you're going after new opportunities. Okay? New home, new relationships, new job, new stuff, new opportunities is where you're putting your time, energy, and effort into. You're going to again put time, energy, and effort. I told you had two cards: attention to detail, focus, and practice. We are focusing on what we want, we are going after what we like, and we're getting it. Okay? We're putting our time, energy, and effort into new opportunities. And while we are doing that, we're being honest and open with ourselves. So if I'm making friends, right? I finally gave in and decided to try to like connect with new people. Some of you guys, hi, because I know some of y'all are Aquarius, and at some point in time, y'all may watch these videos. So, what's good? What's happening, right? And the rest of you guys who are not following me, why? Hit that subscribe button, follow the video, share the video, grow with us, okay? But in all seriousness, I'm looking for new friends. I'm making new connections. It is not something I'm comfortable with, but I figured I'm ready. And sometimes you have to take a leap of faith and try new things. You know what I mean? So when it comes to you guys making friends and everything, make sure that whatever you're putting out there, your friendship puts back in. Because you cannot be the one doing all the work. You need a friend that's going to do just as much work as you do, that fills you up. All right. They support you. They're authentic and real. They're genuine. The vibe goes with the tribe, and their tribe is your vibe. All right. You don't have to be with the perfect friend, but everybody has different personalities, and you want your friend to kind of match yours. I want a friend that's silly. You know what I mean? I want somebody like when I'm your friend, I can trust you not to fuck me over. Well, I take time to warm up to you to where I'm kind of like speaking like this on the videos, yeah. But I believe that friendship can be a real thing. We just live in a very fake world and everybody wants something genuine. So don't be afraid to say, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I like, and be yourself. That's going to be the hardest thing. Be yourself. And if you connect with somebody, great. And if you don't connect with somebody, that's okay. You know what I mean? It's all right. The person is just not meant for you. If you be yourself and be authentic, you'll connect with the right people. That's something that I try my best when I'm making new friends. I try to be myself. I'm a very like observant, like if y'all ever see me like face to face, I'm a very quiet and shy person at first because I like to observe people. I like to go there and watch them and be like, I see you. I know what you're trying to hide and I see you. So I know that you're a fake ass bitch. Or, oh, this person I like. This person? Ah, I'm going to take that one. That one is mine. It's like a Pokemon. I choose you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna run around. If I ever get my hands on Pokemon balls, I'm totally running around to my friends and I'm just gonna kind of just this is what I mean by silliness. Like the nerdiness and the silliness I possess to the people I'm really close to is a lot. I have gremlin energy, okay? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is what it is. Now, anyways, be honest and be open, make your connections true. Go after new opportunities, try new stuff. Make sure you put your time, energy, and effort though wisely. Do not waste your time doing stupid things, dealing with stupid people. Baby, no. You're an Aquarius. You're smart. Stupid things are for other people, not for you guys. All right. Why are we having resentment for our spiritual growth? What's up with that? We about to find out. Juggling resources and waiting on results. So you have anger about getting money and having opportunities fall into place. You gotta manage your energy, man. It's dysfunctional energy that's fucking you guys up. Mhm. At the end of the day, it's miscommunication and misunderstanding. Let's get into it. You have the right to be angry. Like I'm gonna sound such a hippie, man. I really am. I'm gonna sound like them little like, the birds and the bees and the huckleberry trees and the big old candy mountain. I am. I'm gonna sound like that. Because you got the right to be angry. I don't think people understand what resentment is. Resentment is not just being angry alone. It is being disappointed. It is being let down. It is being, disrespected and hateful. When I look at you guys in this video and I'm telling you guys the truth, like no cap, real talk on business, I got like five or so people in this world I have a lot of resentment towards. I don't like them. If the zombie apocalypse happened and I could save all of them, they're the zombies now, okay? They're there to sacrifice themselves so that way the zombies can eat them while the rest of us get away. Thank you so much for your sacrifice. But I'm not lying when I say that. Like, I don't, there's like five people I really don't forgive. Out of all the people I know, I think that's pretty damn impressive that it's only five. It could have been 20. I could have been her whole ass and had like 20 fucking people. I only got like five of these hoes, okay? Five. I'm working on not having resentment towards them. But just because I'm working on not having resentment towards them doesn't mean that I forgive them. I don't forgive them because the pain they caused me broke me into pieces that I had to alone put myself back in, and certain pieces of myself I couldn't take. Your actions caused me to change and grow and become this person that I am today, but I didn't want that experience. I came in with a warm heart. I came in with compassion and understanding and love. And I got nothing but trauma and abuse and neglect and bullshit. You know what I mean? So there is a lot of anger that I have on those people. There is a bucket load of resentment. And I'm working on not being so angry at them. Like when I look at them, I don't want to have the reaction that if they were there in my face, I just drop kick them. You know what I mean? Like I just go absolutely, like I just have a crash out of all crash outs because like the way the way that your face would trigger me so much for me to get to that point, bro. And I know I joke about kicking can and whooping ass and whatever. It's jokes. I'm not really a violent person. I'd rather not get to that point. Why? Because I'm not scared of the person, I'm scared of me. I'm scared of myself, man. I'm scared that I'll black out and I'll hurt somebody and I can't take that pain away. I'm scared of my intensity, for being real. Now, what does this have to do with your resentment? What it has to do is that's the energy you're bringing for 2026. So, why are you angry? Why are you upset? Are you guys upset with yourself? Because some of you guys are angry with yourselves. You're blaming yourselves on not doing certain things. Out of anybody to forgive, because I really don't be talking about forgiving other people. If I can't do it, I don't expect y'all to do it. And I think that forgiveness should always be for you. Like, you should always be able to forgive yourself. You did what you had to do. We all did decisions and had choices that have scarred us, that have scarred us and changed us for the rest of our lives. And we cannot go back because that was the options. It was either this option or that option. And both of the options and choices sucked balls. You know, it was shitty. But I chose the best one. And I forgive myself. I'm working on forgiving myself on a lot of things. But I did what I had to do. You did what you had to do. You chose what you thought was best. You can't hate yourself over a decision. Did you do your best? Did you try? Did you give it your all? Did you pick the lesser of the two evils? Yes, you did. Now be nice. Nobody can be harder than anybody than we are on ourselves. Like, nobody can break me like I can break myself. I know how to tear myself down to points where I feel so ugly. And I'm working on not doing that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, forgive yourself. Feel the anger and feel the rage and feel the pain, but learn to feel it, embrace it, and then let it go. You can't hold it on forever, baby. It's not healthy. Now, while you're trying to juggle resources and things, make sure you go after stuff that make sense. You're juggling resources and results. You're going to put it in many things. So I'm putting myself in a lot of places and I'm seeing what falls in hand. All right. I'm making moves. It's working slow, but I'm making moves. You got to make sure that you're not killing yourself, that you're not overwhelming yourself, that you're using your energy wisely. You're balancing your energy. Okay. Yes, you're working hard, but you also take some time to recharge, relax, decompress, and then get on there and keep on flowing. You got to make sure whatever opportunities that you're going after, you communicate. Some people don't deserve your communication. Okay, real talk on business, no cap. Some people do not deserve your communication. Some people don't deserve you telling them. Sometimes you got to go over there and like keep your enemies guessing, surprise your supporters, and do your own stuff. Make sure that you guys, like I said before, this coming year, you are going to learn to speak your mind. Who you give your energy and time to is important. Not everybody deserves access to you, and not everybody is going to be like, oh my goodness, I totally understand Aquarius. Now, some of them going to be on some hoe shit, some HOESHIT on that level. All right. When I say hoe shit, I mean they're going to pretend, or they're not going to care, or they're not healthy to be around. When you kick out unnecessary people, stressful, problematic, dramatic people, people who refuse to level up and change, okay? Because you're a queen, king, and royal in between. Your energy is at this level. We are learning lessons. We are growing. We are understanding the lessons and blessings. Lessons are to teach us, to give us experience, to push us higher. Blessings are here to help us and lift us higher. Some people have that peasant energy. The peasant energy is low energy, negativity, always complaining, never happy, never satisfied. Everything you do is never good enough. And you're killing yourself for these dumbasses. They can't be where you're at. They refuse to grow. So this is what they do. They chip you down, right? They chip you down and then they fuck you up and they go over there and they take your energy that you have. So don't be dealing with these negative peasant energies. Work on your anger, feel your rage, feel the pain, but work on letting it go. I am learning to let go of my resentment. There's some anger I have on people. And I'm going to say this and then I'm going to end the video and we'll get into part 3 where we talk about January to December, your problems for 2026, your solutions, and the theme of 2026 for you guys, right? I have resentment on somebody that I love unconditionally, and I will always care about them. But certain actions that they've done has really made me upset. And though I won't forgive them for the actions, it doesn't mean that I don't love them. It just means that I have to work on certain angers and pain that this person has caused. The worst thing is that this person doesn't know that's how I feel, right? And I think that it really sucks when you have somebody that you look up to, that you idolize and you worship, and they do something to you to where you're like, wow, am I an idiot to constantly love somebody that has put me through so much? No. You care about them and you see the goodness, even though you embrace the fact that they've done stuff that has really messed you up. Okay? For example, I'm not putting any names. There's some people that I hate and I have resentment towards, and I will never forgive them. And I have to be with them. Okay? There are people that I haven't talked to in years that I would say my resentment is kind of like I don't like you and I want nothing to do with you. But when I look at your face, I'm not as pissed off as I used to be. Like the fire of my anger and rage and pain is not at this level. It's kind of like right here. It's a bare flame kind of thing. You'll get to it. You can feel different types of pain and anger and rage and resentment at different types of intensity. You can love somebody and not like their actions, but love the person. Okay? That's where I mean about learning complex relationships and dynamics and shit because, like, that's where I'm at. You have the right to be angry. You do not have the right to hold on to it. Taking it from somebody who's learning to let go because all that pain that I'm holding on to is too heavy and it hurts too much. And I don't want to take my aggression. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody in the future to where, like, I'm so angry and upset, right? That I end up lashing out on them. They'll do something that reminds me of this person and I lose it because I'm like, I'm angry, but I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at this person because you're not going to get the. Like, here's the thing. I want y'all to come to terms with the fact that you will not get the reconciliation. You will not get the apology. You're not going to go get the I'm sorry and the owning up to it. And that pain is kind of something that you have to like let go of and learn how to be okay without managing to have it for the rest of your life. It's going to take months, sometimes years, you know? But use your energy wisely while you're getting into 2026 because I feel like you guys are going to do a lot better since January is going to be all about victory and achievement. So you're still doing a lot of the work, but you're getting there. So that's good. All right. Thank you guys again. If you are interested in a year reading, past, present, or future, we are celebrating 1 year of being on YouTube, 2 years of Marikuma Healing being here, right? My business is 2 years old, guys. It's a toddler now. We're making plays. If you have Airtel, MTN, or mobile money, it is 25K Uganda shillings. If you have Zelle or PayPal, it is $20. This offer lasts up until January 9th of 2026. January 8th, we're celebrating 2 years of Marikuma Healing being a business, right? And December the 20th, I am celebrating a year of being on YouTube. Finally having my business on this platform has been something I've been wanting, and I finally got it last year. So we're celebrating a year of it. Thank you guys for 71 subscribers. If you like what you see, right, you enjoy witchcraft and healing videos and about life advices and things of that nature, card readings, palm readings, and more. Follow and subscribe. Share the video if you know any Aquarius or anybody that may need this reading that resonates with them. I appreciate the love and support, and as always, slay the day, be happy, and be gay. All right, thank you for part 3, where we talk about the rest of y'all's year reading. Peace out. Bye.